Turn the pages, feel the beat, dance with words, move your feet.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the start of this week's vlog, and today's reading Dippit, woohoo! Alright, so, I have now finished listening to The Voyage of the Dawn Treader by C.S. Lewis, and I have to say, it's like my favorite Narnia book so far, right? So in this book, we have Edmund, Lucy, and their cousin Eustace, and they all go to Narnia together, and of course, Eustace is very much the useless boy, and he's not able to really, he's like frustrated and angry that he's there, and he doesn't know why he's there, and he does like wander off a couple times, and he's just like outright horrible for a while, but then he learns his lesson and gets humbled, of course, by Aslan, and he does put on some jewelry, a cuff that turns him into a dragon, and the only way to not become a dragon is that Aslan basically baptizes him, which is like how he's able to not be like that. So that was kind of cute and nice, and yeah. But the entire point of this book is that Prince Caspian, now that he's been king, and that all the kind of evil is out of the world, he has made the promise to find all his like father's friends and to make sure they are alright. And they end up going all the way to the edge of Narnia in order to do that. And when they're there, Edmund and Lucy get told that this is the last time they'll ever be in Narnia, but you know, like that is fine with them. He doesn't tell Eustace anything, but Eustace kind of knows that he will eventually make his way back there. He just doesn't know how. But anyways, it's just kind of cute, the different islands that they go to meet and get to meet Caspian's father's friends. So that was really kind of neat and interesting. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, and I don't know, there was something about Voyage of the Dawn Treader and just the togetherness of being on this boat that kind of brought the story really together. I enjoyed it. So yeah, thumbs up, and we'll catch you on the next Dippit. Bye! Hello, 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 and welcome to this reading Dippit. Woohoo! Alright, so I have now finished the Chronicles of Narnia series, so I'm going to tell you about the last two books. Alright, so the next book I need to talk to you about is The Silver Chair. So in this book we have Eustace is back, and he brings his friend Jill from school, and together they're on this like really big adventure. They get pulled into Narnia, and they are looking for Caspian. It's been about 60, 70 years since Eustace has been in Narnia last, and Caspian is this old man, and so they are looking for Prince Rylan to reunite him back with his father Caspian, right? So, but along the journey, we have like met a character named Puddleglum, who is a marshwiggle and scuttle. And well, that I think Puddleglum really kind of takes the show. Him and Jill really get along, and they're kind of really kind of carry the book. You know what I mean? And so what happens is that the group of people need to go into the Underland, where they find a prince Rylan has been put under a spell for about 10 years, and they find him in the silver chair, and they have to behead the Lady of the Green Kirtle, or just the Queen, and in order to get back up to the upper world. And that is like how, and then once they get back up, Aslan just kind of comes back and talks to the group of them, and they end up going back to, the UK and back to school, right? But Eustace and Jill, they're having a great time, right? And then the last book, which is The Last Battle, we have Shift, who is an ape, and Puzzle, who is a donkey. Together they find a lambskin, or not a lambskin, a lion skin, and the ape Shift stitches it together and makes Puzzle go into it. And so from a distance, it looks like Aslan has come back to Narnia, right? So everybody is just kind of like, oh my goodness, like Aslan's back, right? But then when they get closer, they find that no, like it's just like a lamb in sheep's clothing, that it is actually a Puzzle, right? And so everybody is just kind of disappointed. And so we met King Tyrion, and there's a unicorn, which is a very majestic beast. And Jill finds a good relationship with the unicorn. But so Eustace and Jill again fight in this last battle, you know, to make sure that everybody, you know, that you don't want to be believing any false gods or believing anything that's false. You know what I mean? But after this last battle, that we have Lord Diggory and Queen Polly, who are the two people that were in The Magician's Nephew that came into Narnia to begin with, right? And then we have, you know, Queen Jill and King Eustace, right, as well as King Peter, King Edmund, and Queen Lucy. They all are there in Narnia. Susan didn't come back to Narnia because she kind of stopped believing in Narnia, cared less, became very vain, didn't really, you know, want to talk about Narnia. She just, you know, she's kind of like above it. She's very vain, right? So she didn't really come back, right? Exactly. And so Narnia, as Aslan grew, you know, breathed Narnia into existence, he kind of took the air out of it and became, you know, and he explained it to Lucy and to the group of people that he just kind of, that it's kind of like a mirror world. So then the group of them all became high kings and queens of Aslan's land. So that was kind of like a nice little cutesy way of kind of bringing Narnia out of existence, so that way we can never expect Narnia to come back or another adventure in Narnia. And so it's a cute little 7-story book, so I kind of like that. So yeah, so now that I have finished those books, and I finished them by the end of March, woohoo, this means I have now read 40 books this year, so that's exciting. Yeah. So I'm really happy that I was able to do that. I'm finally happy that I actually read all of the Narnia books. And you know, I completed my goal of reading these books by the end of March. I really had to push myself to do it. So I'm kind of okay with it, kind of not. I mean, I feel like I rushed through the Narnia books a little too much just so I could get them done, but it is what it is. Anyways, it's kind of it from me. Double thumbs up, and we'll catch you on the next Dippit. Bye! Hello, hello, and welcome to this reading Dippit. Woohoo! Alright, so I haven't done a lot of reading this week. Yes, I've read the Narnia series, or finished reading that. I listened to it, but I haven't actually read a book in pretty much like 2 weeks, so I don't know what I'm doing with that. So I kind of need to do a reset and actually read a physical book. Or use my reader, you know what I mean? Kind of need to do something like that. I want to just have to get back into the flow of things, because I'm actually watching a lot of social media, and it's not like I'm like knitting or crocheting to help pass the time. I'm just sitting there. Don't like that, so gotta be more active with that. So that's just kind of it. Gotta do a bit of a reset, but yeah. Gonna give it a thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's doing alright. You're having a good Easter, and we'll catch you on the next bit. Bye!